Hi everybody, my name's Alex and today we're going to be doing a full body strength workout with no equipment. So all you're going to need to do this workout anywhere is just your mat and your body weight. The way this workout's going to go today is we've got a warm up and a cool down, and then we're doing a circuit style workout in between. So how it's going to go is we've got 4 moves in each circuit. We're going to do each move for 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, and we're going to repeat all 4 moves 3 times. I know that sounds really confusing, but don't worry, I'll be keeping track of everything. I'll be cueing you through your moves. You just gotta work. We're gonna be doing 2 different circuits, so we're changing moves twice. Again, don't worry about it. I'll be here to tell you what to do. So when you're ready, let's get started in our warm-up. We're gonna start standing up today, warming up our whole body. Let's bring our legs wide, and we're just gonna take 1 deep breath all together. Here we go. Inhale up, and exhale. Let's do 1 more. Inhaling your arms up high. And then you're gonna grab 1 wrist on 1 hand and you're gonna pull over to one side, stretching out your side body here. Bring it back to center, switch your grip, pull over, stretch out your other side. Let's do it 1 more time each way. Feeling the stretch through your side. Last time. Awesome, we're gonna take this same move and just make it a little bit bigger. So we're bending through our legs now and then stretching up in our side body at the top. Getting our heart rates up a little bit here. Lifting up 1 foot as you come across. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna take our arms out of the equation and we're just gonna bend through our legs, doing a regular squat. Sitting low like you're sitting back in a chair and then pressing through your heels to stand up. We're just warming up through our lower body now. We've got a lot of leg work today, so gotta make sure our legs are warmed up. Make sure your knees are pressing out to the outer walls. Feeling the work in your quads and your glutes. Let's do 5 more here. Keeping your chest tall. For 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Bring it to the back of your mat when you're ready. We're gonna take another deep inhale up to the sky, and then you're gonna hinge at your hips, exhale and dive over your feet. Doing a forward fold here. Once your hands reach your mat, you're gonna walk it out to a high plank. Holding your plank for a second, engage your core. For 3, 2, and 1. Send your hips high for a downward facing dog. Pressing through your heels. Here you can pedal out your feet, walking your dog a bit. Warming up to the backs of our legs and our shoulders here. And then you're gonna send your hips down to the sky, lift your chest up tall for an upward facing dog. Stretching through your back, looking in front of you or up towards the sky, and then send your hips high again for downward dog. 1 more time, 1 more up dog here. Warming up our arms a little bit. And last downward facing dog, awesome. You're gonna take your right foot and step it between your hands for a low lunge. Once you reach the front of your mat with that leg, you're gonna twist that same arm up to the sky, opening into that stretch, looking up towards the sky if you can. Replace that hand back to the floor, step your right foot back, left legs come forward, other side. Opening it up, twisting towards the sky, and replacing. Let's do 2 more on the other side. Back to our right, and down, switch it out. Really feeling that twist through your core here. Last time on either side. Maybe taking the stretch a little deeper through your legs if you can. And last one. Really opening up. Awesome, replace your hands, replace your foot, and just walk your hands back to your feet here. Once you meet your toes, you're just gonna roll it up to the top. Slowly so you don't get a head rush. And then we're just gonna take about 30 seconds of jumping jacks here. Let's get our heart rates up. This is the last move in your warm-up, then we're going into our work. You've got about 35 to 40 minutes of work today in total. So just enough to feel the burn. Not a ton of cardio today, so we got to get our heart rates up early. We're going to be working our whole body though. Jumping jacks for just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it off. Grab some water if you need it. Take a second, catch your breath, and we're going to get into our circuits. So I'm going to explain each of the moves in your first round while you guys are taking a break. Your first move is a 1.5 squat. So what that means is your feet are going to be in a squat position, a little bit wider than your hips. You're going to squat down, regular squat, halfway up, back down, all the way up. So it's a half a squat and a full squat. You're doing that for 45 seconds. Your next move is an upper body move. You're going to be at the back of your mat. You're going to walk it out just like we did in our warm-up. This is called an inchworm. When you get to the bottom of your inchworm, you can either drop your knees or keep on your toes. You're going to do 1 push-up. And then you're going to walk it back to your feet, stand it up, back down. 1 inchworm, 1 push-up. If the push-up feels like too much, you can just do the inchworm, or you can do the push-up from your knees or from your toes, whatever feels better for you. Your next move is going to be a move for your abs. So we're going to be down on your back on your mat. Your feet are going to be pegged on the floor, your knees are bent. You're taking a crunch, crossing over to one side. Your opposite hand slices through the air. You switch, crunch to the other side. I like to keep one hand behind my neck, behind my head in this move, just to support my neck a little bit. Whatever feels best for you, we're just crossing side to side. And your last move is going to get your heart rate up a little bit. We've got froggers. You're going to be at the front of your mat. You've got 2 options here. You place your hands down, and then you either step, 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 or you jump back. Once your feet are back, you just hold a squat here. So it looks like this. Hold for just a couple seconds and back down. And if you feel like stepping today, it's going to look like this. Hold. Hold. Awesome. So those are your 4 moves. We're doing those for 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, and we're going to go through that 3 times. So let's get our timer going, and we're going to start. We're going to start with those 1.5 squats. Let's go in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. We go down, halfway up, back down, all the way up. Thinking about sending your butt back the whole time, like you're sitting in a chair. Down, half, down, all the way up. Your squat is only as low as you can go. Don't press yourself all the way down to the ground if you can't stand back up. If the half squat feels like a little bit too much, if your legs are burning, you can just take that half out and just do a bodyweight squat here. You've just got 9 seconds left, and then we're going to those inchworms with a push-up. In 3, 2, and 1. We've got a 15-second break. Catch your breath. We're walking it out into an inchworm, 1 push-up, and back up. We go in 5. Make your way to the back of your mat. 2, and 1. Here we go. Walk it out to your high plank. 1 push-up, and walk it back. Remember, you can always take out that push-up and just do the inchworm. And if you're feeling spicy, you can do that push-up from your feet. You're halfway through this move. Don't forget to stand all the way up at the back of that inchworm. You've just got 8 seconds left here, and then another break. We rest in 3, 2, and 1. I didn't get another rep in there. Let's rest for 12 more seconds, and then we're going to our crossing crunches. So if you want to sit down on your mat, make your way onto your back. We're crossing and crunching side to side in 2, and 1. Here we go. Slicing through the air with that hand. You're lifting out
through your obliques to twist across and working your upper abs to crunch. Remember, you can have one hand behind your head for support. And if you need to slow down the pace on this one, that's awesome. Whatever you need to do to get through it. You've got 15 seconds left here. If you think you can pick up the pace a little bit, try crunching a little bit faster. We rest in 5. Keep that lift up. And rest. Our last move here is Froggers, and then you get a bit of a longer break. We're going to take a 30-second break after this, in between circuits. We go in 3 for those Froggers. Here we go. Hands go down. You step or hop out to your plank. Jump your feet back in, holding low in that squat. Hands go back down, hop it out, bring it in. Remember, you can always just step this. 4 steps. Making sure your back is staying flat in that squat, lifting your chest up tall before you go back down. Just 16 seconds left here. Getting your heart rate up a little bit before this break. Feel the burn in your legs when you hold that squat for just a second. We rest in 2. And rest. Awesome. Let's take 30 seconds here. Cool it off. Grab some water. You're done your first circuit. We're doing that same thing 2 times more. So all those same moves, nothing changes. We're doing it again in about 15 seconds. Walk it out maybe. Awesome. We're gonna go. Start again in 5. We're starting with those 1.5 squats. We go in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. It's down, halfway up, all the way down, all the way up. This one is a leg killer. You know the move now, so try and think about your form here. Think about sending your butt back, pushing through your heels to stand up. See if you can wiggle your toes in that squat. It's how you know your weight is balanced in the right place. Keeping the tension in your legs in that half squat. Remember, you can always take out that half and just do 1 body weight squat. It'll still burn. You've got 5 seconds left here, then we're going to inchworms. Into, and rest. 15 seconds, we're walking out into inchworms. 1 push-up, walk it back. Starting at the back of your mat, we go in 5, 2, and 1. Here we go. Walking it out into your inchworm, 1 push-up, and walk it back. You can still tone your arms and build muscle in your arms without any weights. That's what we're doing here. Remember, if you need to take out the push-up, it's just an inchworm out to a plank, and you walk it back. Stand it up at the top. 20 seconds left here. Don't forget about that push-up if you're doing it. We rest in 5. See if you can get 1 more rep in, 1 more push-up, 2, and rest. Awesome. You can stay down on the ground if you're down here. We're going to those cross crunches in 7 seconds. So we're down on our backs and we're crossing in that crunch. In 2, and 1. Here we go. Crossing side to side. If the cross feels like a little bit too much, you can take just a regular crunch in the center. Just crunching up and down. But if you can, try and cross that opposite arm over your leg. Really slicing through the air with your hand. You've got 16 seconds left. We're almost done this second round. Feel the
twist through your abs. Try and twist all the way over. Each rep, we rest in 2 and 1. Awesome job, you guys. Let's do our last move. It's gonna be froggers. One last time. I know the froggers are tough. They get your heart rate up, but don't forget that we have a long break at the end of this. Froggers in 2 and 1. Here we go. Hop or step it out. Hop it back in. Hold that squat. This is really a whole body move. We're working our legs in that squat, our upper body and our plank and our abs in that plank. I meant it when I said full body. Bringing your chest up just a little bit in that squat. So you're not staying down here the whole time. You have to bring your chest up. Feel it in your legs. Just 15 seconds left. You guys can do it. We rest in 6. Keep it up. 2, get one more rep in. And 1. Awesome. Let's take a long break here. Let's take 30 seconds. You're almost done with that first circuit. Walk it out. Catch your breath. After this 30-second break, we're doing that whole thing just one more time. Then you're done with it forever. Awesome. We're gonna go in 11 seconds. We're starting with those 1.5 squats. Remember, you know all these moves now. Try and get the most out of this last circuit. We go in 2 with those squats. Here we go. Down, halfway up, all the way down, all the way up. Pressing through your heels still here. And remember, no bend in your low back. You're sitting back in that chair, and you're not bending through your back with this. You're a straight line from your tailbone to the tip of your head. Halfway through this move, and then you're done with it for the rest of the day. Keeping up with that half squat if you can for just 7 seconds. We rest in 2 and rest. Awesome. We're going to those inchworms for the last time. Inchworm and push up in 8 seconds. Come to the back of your mat. We go in 3, 2, and 1. Walk it out. High plank, 1 push up. Maybe try and see if you can do that push up on your feet this time. Or if you've been doing it on your feet and you're feeling a little tired, maybe just drop it down to your knees. Or you can take it out entirely. Try to keep your core engaged in that push-up. It's a core move as well. We rest in 10. Push through right to the end. We're almost done with this one. We rest in 2 and 1. We're going to those cross-body crunches. For the last time, come down to your mat. It's nice because you get to lay down for this one. We go in 3. Here we go, crossing side to side. Really feeling that twist through your obliques to get yourself around. And supporting your head if you need to with your other hand. If you want a little bit of a challenge for this last 30 seconds, try lifting your feet off the ground. You might get a little wobbly, but try and stay centered. Even if your feet are still on the ground, try and stay super centered and not wobbling from side to side. We've just got 7 seconds left here. And rest. Awesome, we have one more move. We're doing our froggers one last time, and then you're gonna get an extra long break. Let's do our froggers for the last time in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands go down, your feet go out, back
squat at the bottom. 20 seconds left. Remember, you can always just step it out and step it back and then hold in your squat. Just 10 seconds left. Try and get a few more in here. Don't forget about that squat hold. We rest in 2 and 1. We are all done with our first circuit. Catch your breath, grab some water. We're taking a long break now. Those froggers really get your heart rate up. All right, while we catch our breath, take a minute. I'm gonna show you your next circuit. So that means you're halfway done this workout. You've done the first circuit, we've got one more of the exact same style. So I'm gonna show you what all the moves are. Again, we've got a leg move, an upper body move, and we've got an ab move. Your leg move. We're gonna start on one side of your mat. We're going into a side lunge. So one knee bends, one knee stays straight. You press it up, catch your balance. Same leg goes back, back lunge. So we go side, catch your balance, and back. Side lunge, and back lunge. You can have your hands on your hips, you can have them in front of you, whatever feels best for you. That's your first 45 seconds. Your second 45 seconds are the exact same move, just on the other side. So we're on the other side of our mat now. Side lunge, back lunge, other side. To the side, and to the back. So those are your first 2 moves. Your third move is down on the ground. We're working our arms here. We're in a high plank. You can be on your knees here, or up on your feet. We're taking our opposite hand to our opposite shoulder and tapping our shoulders here. Try to stay really still through your body. I'll show you from the front. You're just tapping your shoulders. Your last move is going to be down on your back. It's an ab move. We're going into a reverse crunch. So you send your legs up to the sky in that crunch, pushing your legs to the sky, and then you drop your legs down to the ground for a lower. So you crunch it up to the sky and drop it down to the ground. Upper abs and then lower abs. Working your whole core. And those are your 4 moves. We've got side lunge, back lunge, both sides, shoulder taps in a plank, and then reverse lunge, reverse crunch, and leg lowers. Not another lunge. So, we're doing all 4 of those moves 3 times through, and then you are done for good. Mentally prepare. We're gonna start it again. Starting standing with those lunges. Let's go in 5, 3, make your way to one side of your mat, 2, and 1. Here we go. We side lunge, bending through one leg. Stand it up, backwards lunge. Making sure you catch your balance before you send it back into that back lunge, and then before you go out into your side lunge. You can drop your foot down, stabilize, and then go back. That'll make sure you have the best form to give you the best results. To make it a little bit harder, you can try to catch your balance without putting your foot down between. It's definitely a challenge, but see if you're up for it. We rest in 6, 2, and 1. Let's take a break. We're doing that exact same move on the other side in 10 seconds. So my left leg, my opposite leg, is gonna go out to the side and step it back. We go in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Side lunge, balance, back lunge. Or you can put your foot down between. Making sure in your back lunge that your knee is staying right over your heel. So you don't want to be forward and your knee goes over your toe. You're sitting back in both of your lunges. You're sitting back into a chair in your side lunge. I'll show you what it looks like from the side here. We're sitting back super far and then staying right over that heel. Pushing We rest in 4. And rest. Awesome. We're making our way down to our mat. High plank, shoulder taps are next. Remember, you can do this one from your knees or from your toes in that plank. We go in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. You're tapping opposite shoulders, trying not to let your body sway. So it's really easy here to let your hips wobble side to side, but in order to work your core the most, you're gonna try and keep your hips super steady, so not wobbling side to side. To make that a little bit easier, you can make your base, that's your legs, a little bit wider. So the wider your legs are, the easier it's gonna be to stay stable. And you can take that the opposite way too. If you wanna make it a little harder, bring your legs in a little bit closer. It's gonna make it super tricky on your core. Keep up with those taps for 9, 8. Working our shoulders here. We rest in 2, and rest. Your last move, we're on our backs, we're doing a reverse crunch and a leg lower. So lay it down. We go in 3. Here we go. Your legs push up to the sky for that reverse crunch, and then drop them down to the floor for a leg lower. In that reverse crunch, you want to send your legs up to the sky instead of towards your face. That'll work your core more. So you're sending it high, and then you drop down to the ground. In that drop, in the leg lower, you're only dropping to your lowest point. So as soon as you feel your back start to peel off the ground, you know you've gone too far. So only drop your legs so low that your back does not come off the ground. We've just got 10 seconds left. We rest in 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a long break here. You've done your first set of those moves. Grab some water. So, we've got that 2 more times through, and then we're gonna cool it down. Let's rest for about 20 more seconds here. Shake it off. Now you know all the moves, so let's really think about our form in this next circuit. Think about what muscles we're working. Let's go in 12 seconds. We're starting with that side lunge and reverse lunge. Pick a side to start with. We go in 2, and 1. Here we go. Side lunge, bending through one leg, and back lunge, you bend through both legs. Really killing our quads and our glutes here, your whole lower body. Think about your core staying engaged here. No bend in your low back in either of those lunges. Pressing through your heels to stand up. That'll work your glutes a little bit more. We rest in 6, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Let's take it to the other side. We're lunging again. Make sure you switch sides. Starting on the other side of your mat, we go in 4, 2, and 1. Here we go. Remember, you can either have your hands at your hips or in front of you. In that side lunge, you only want to step out far enough that you can really sit back in your glute. If you're too close, your other leg's going to bend. And if you're too far, you're going to be kind of in the middle. So you want to be sitting back with all your weight in this one leg. And then back lunge. Keeping your core tight. Don't let your low back bend at all. We rest in 8. Just 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. Let's make it down to the ground. We're going into those shoulder taps in our high plank. Maybe if you did this last one on your knees, try coming up to your feet for this next circuit. We go in 1. Here we go. In a high plank, tapping opposite shoulder. Opposite hand to opposite shoulder. Try to stay super steady in those hips. Don't let your hips rock. If you need to drop it down to your knees, go for it. Just keep up with those taps. We're working our shoulders here. Try to keep from your knees or your toes all the way up to your head in one straight line. No bend through your back. We're not up like this either. Hips low. Just 10 seconds left here, and then you're on your back. I know it really burns the arms. You guys can do it for 5, 2, and rest. Awesome. Bring it down to your back. Our last move in this circuit, you've got a reverse crunch and a leg lower. Let's burn out our abs here. We go in 5, bring it down to your back. 2, and 1. Here we go. A reverse crunch up to the sky, and then you drop your legs to the floor. Having a slight bend in your knees here will make it a little bit easier. If you want to completely bend your knees to 90 degrees, it'll be much easier. So that would be bent, reverse crunch, and then bent leg lower. Just makes it a little easier on your low back. But if you can have your legs a little bit straighter, that's great. Your hands here can either be underneath your bum for a little bit more support, or if you want to challenge, they can be out at your sides. Just 7 seconds left, and then a long break. This is an ab killer. You guys can do it. And rest. Let's take a minute here. You've just got 1 circuit left. Grab some water if you need to. So, we've got those 4 moves, 1 more time, and then we're cooling it down. So you're really gonna try and give it your all for this last few minutes. It's not a lot of work, but you guys can do it. Let's take a long break. We're gonna start with our side lunges and our back lunges in 10 seconds. The last time through all these. We go in 5, starting on one side of your mat. We go side lunge and reverse lunge. Here we go. Last time through, you guys know the move. I'll show you from the side here. See how far I'm sitting back in that side lunge and then staying tall in that reverse lunge. Pushing through my heel every time. Your glutes should be burning by now. You've just got 12 seconds left. Let them burn. We're working both sides, and then we work both sides again. We rest in 4. And rest. Awesome. Let's do the other side in 12 seconds. The exact same thing, just the other leg for the last time. Shake it off if you need to. We go in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Side lunge. Make sure you switch legs here. And reverse lunge. We're so close to the finish line. Don't give up now. If you're feeling tired, just know you've got about 2 minutes left in this workout, or about 2.5. So try and keep up that pace. Don't let your form fail you. That's the most important part. Your knee does not go over your toe in that back lunge. Keep it up for 5. Then we're on the ground. In 2, and 1. Awesome. We're going to those plank taps, shoulder taps for the last time. We go in 8. Remember, on your knees or on your toes, we're tapping our shoulders. In 2, and 1. Here we go. Pop it up to your plank and tap. Try and keep up a steady pace here with those taps. If you need to make your base a little bit wider to support you, do what you gotta do. 30 seconds left here. If you need to drop it down to your knees at any time, keep up with those taps. Burning out our arms for the very last time. Body weight is no joke. Staying super steady through your core. We rest in 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down onto your back. I know those shoulder taps are hard, but we're done with them. We're doing our reverse crunch and leg lower in just 5 seconds here. And then you are done. In 2, and 1. Here we go. Legs go to the sky, and then drop your legs down to the floor. We crunch up for your upper abs, and then the lowers working your lower abs. Keeping your back glued to the ground the whole time. On that leg lower, if I tried to shove my hand underneath your back, I should not be able to get my hand through. That's how glued you are to the ground. Sucking your belly button down to your spine, thinking about that sucking motion will help try and keep you really steady on the ground. You've just got 6 seconds left here. We're done in 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. Hug your knees into your chest. Let's cool it down, you guys. We're all done. Taking a few deep breaths here. You can sway your knees side to side if that feels good on your back. And then you're going to plant your feet down on the ground, and we're just going to roll it over onto our tummies. And you're going to send your hips back to your heels for a child's pose. Just catching your breath here. Let your forehead hit your mat. Taking a few really deep breaths. And then we're going to bring it up to our all fours. So your hands are planted and your knees are planted. And we're just going to roll through some cat-cows here. Just slowing it down, you're going to send your belly to the ground. Look up towards the sky for a cow. And then pull through your belly. Your back goes to the sky, looking towards your knees. Cat. Let's cycle through those a few more times. Looking up towards the sky, and then looking to your belly. This should feel like a spinal massage almost. Let's do one more here. Last time. And then we're going to drop our hips down to the ground for an upward facing dog, lengthening through your legs. Looking up towards the sky if you can. We're just stretching through our abs here. And then you're going to tuck your toes under and send your hips to the sky for a downward dog, just like we did in that warm-up. Pressing your heels down to the ground for that stretch through your low legs, the backs of your legs. And then you're going to take your right foot and send it between your hands for a low lunge. Once you feel comfortable here, drop that back knee down to the ground and then sit it up if you can. If you need to keep your hands on the ground, you're still going to feel that stretch through your hip flexor. But if you're feeling like you can sit it up, bring it up tall. And then you're going to take your opposite arm and you're going to bend over that bent leg. Stretching to the side, all through your side body, your hip flexor. And then we're going to replace our hands back down to the ground. Lift that back knee up. You're going to step your back foot to meet your front foot, and then opposite foot goes back, lunge on the other side. Get comfy here first, and when you feel ready, drop that knee down to the ground, untuck your toes, and sit it up if you can. Holding onto your knee for balance. And then we're going to take that opposite arm up and over, stretching through your side body. If you can drop your other hand to the ground, get a little bit deeper here. Just breathing through this stretch. Then we're going to replace our hands back down to the ground. Step both your feet back, so we're in a high plank, and then you're just going to walk your hands back towards your feet. deeper here in this stretch. And then we're just going to slowly roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. Keeping your head limp and your arms. The last thing to come up is your head. Once you've made it to the top, we're going to stretch out our quads a little bit. So grabbing one foot in one hand, pulling that foot back to your bum, stretching through the front of your leg here. Really pressing that foot into your hand will help you feel the stretch. We worked our quads a lot today, so this should feel really good. Let's switch it out, other side, same thing. Trying to keep your balance here. Press that foot into your hand. Really feel that stretch. Awesome, let it go. We're gonna stretch out our arms a little bit here. So taking one arm across your body, pulling it across, keeping the rest of your body forward and just pulling that arm across your body. Feeling the stretch through your shoulder. Make sure your shoulder isn't making its way up to your ear either. Really roll that shoulder down your body. Then we're going to switch it out, same thing other side. Pulling that arm across, rolling your shoulder away from your ear. I really hope you guys enjoyed this at-home workout. I had a lot of fun filming it. And remember, you can always come back to this workout, maybe do it again with some more advanced options. It's here for you to watch whenever you want. Let your arm go. Let's take one last deep breath all together. Bending through your legs, inhale it up to the sky. And exhale, let everything go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you liked it. Like I said, you can always come back and watch this again. Maybe if you have weights at home, you could add weights if you wanted, but you can always just work on yourself, work on those body